When you set up screen time on your child's device or your own, you'll create a screen time passcode that must be entered before changing the settings. You'll also receive a notification anytime the screen time passcode is used on your child's device. We'll show you how to create and manage a screen time passcode for your child's device using family sharing. Then you'll learn how to create a screen time passcode for your own device. If you ever forget a screen time passcode, we'll show you how to reset it for your child's device and how to reset it for your device. First, let's create a screen time passcode for your child's device. The easiest way to manage screen time as a parent or guardian is with family sharing. If you don't use family sharing, you can set up screen time directly on the child's device, either during setup or later in settings. In this example, we're using family sharing on the parent's iPhone. In Settings, tap Family, and then tap your child's name. If you have more than one child, you'll set up each one individually. Tap Screen Time, and then follow the instructions to set up age-appropriate limits, privacy settings, time away from the screen, and more. Once you're done setting up, you'll be prompted to create a screen time passcode, which is required to change any of these settings. Enter a passcode you can remember, but your child can't guess. And then enter it again to confirm. If you have multiple children, you can use a different screen time passcode for each of them. And that's it. You can get insights into your child's screen time or manage these settings anytime. If you use screen time on your device, you can create a screen time passcode and add your Apple account in case you ever need to reset it. In Settings, scroll down and tap Screen Time. Then scroll down and tap Lock Screen Time Settings. Enter the passcode you want to use for screen time, and then enter it again to confirm. This passcode is just for screen time, and it isn't saved in the Passwords app. But if you forget it, you can reset it using your Apple account. To enable this, enter your Apple account email address or phone number. Tap OK. Enter your password and tap OK again. You're all set. Remember which Apple account you entered here in case you ever need to use screen time passcode recovery. If you ever forget the screen time passcode for your child's device, or they guess what it is, here's how to reset it. In Settings, tap Family, and then tap your child's name. Each child in the family can have a unique screen time passcode for their devices, and any parent or guardian in the family can manage it. Tap Screen Time. Then scroll down and tap Manage Screen Time. Tap Change Screen Time Passcode, and then tap Change Screen Time Passcode again. Then you'll authenticate, or you may be asked to sign into your Apple account. Now choose a new screen time passcode and enter it again to confirm. All set. The new screen time passcode is updated across all your child's devices. If you ever forget your own screen time passcode, you can reset it using your Apple account. In Settings, scroll down and tap Screen Time. Now scroll down and tap Change Screen Time Passcode. Tap Change Screen Time Passcode again. And when you're prompted for your old screen time passcode, tap Forgot Passcode. Now enter the email or phone number for the Apple account you used when setting up screen time. Tap OK. Enter your password and tap OK again. Then you can choose a new screen time passcode and enter it again to confirm. And that's it. Now you know how to manage screen time, even if you forgot your passcode. Some sequences in this video were shortened.